Cold temperatures like we are experiencing this week can be dangerous in many ways. In fact, physically, your body loses heat faster in temperatures as low as those we are experiencing right now. We have Dr. Fahmi Farah back with us on Portland's Afternoon News to talk more about this. Fahmi, welcome.
Thank you, Tim. It's great to be back on your show.
Well, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention say that some people are at higher risk for things like frostbite and hypothermia. Why don't we start there?
That is correct. So the elderly and children are more susceptible just because they have less reserve in their bodies. And so even with little exposure to cold, they can become hypothermic, and that could be dangerous.
Got it. So what are the most obvious signs when it comes to frostbite?
The earlier signs would be color change. You can start to see redness at first, but then as it progresses, you'll actually see less color. It'll turn bluish, purplish, and a lot of times people will feel pain initially, and then as it progresses, the pain will become numbness. And, it's very dangerous because it actually decreases your circulation and eventually can completely cut off circulation to that part of the body. And if help is not sought early enough, you can actually lose that part of the body.
Yeah, the tissue actually then dies, right, due to a lack of circulation?
Exactly.
Joining us here on Portland's Afternoon News today is Dr. Fahmi Farah, and we are talking about cold weather and the related health concerns. Fahmi, hypothermia is a completely different problem, right?
It is. Hypothermia, as opposed to frostbite, it involves the entire body. It's a systemic problem. So it typically means that your body temperature, your core body temperature has dropped to a dangerous level. Typically, that's less than 95 degrees. And when that happens, your internal organs can get into trouble and can shut off, and that could be deadly.
Wow. All right. Well, you're a heart specialist. Speaking of internal organs, I read that cold weather can be really hard on the heart, too.
Oh, absolutely. Any kind of extremes of weathers could be not so good for the heart because it puts strain on the heart, and people can have heart attacks as a result, especially during cold seasons, and particularly in areas where they have heavy snow. People get out there and they shovel snow, and that's a very high level of workout for some people who are not used to that level of work. And that stress on the heart can precipitate a heart attack. And so we do see that quite a bit.
All right. So I guess the best advice is take it easy if you're not in the best of shape.
Exactly. And just avoid being in the outside and avoid long exposure to this cold.
Very good. We've been talking to Dr. Fahmi Farah. You can get this full interview at KXL.com. You click the podcast link at the top of the homepage, and then you're going to go down to Portland's Afternoon News. Fahmi, thanks so much for making time for us today. Stay warm.
Thank you, Tim.